Welcome to Stitches and Sundries. This is a Flosstube episode 61 or 62. I can't remember. I recorded this twice now. And this is a podcast about cross stitch and stitchy goodness. My name is Lauren. You can find me on Instagram at LaurenUpStitching. Whew! Oh my gosh. I think I've tried that introduction. I just couldn't talk. It has been a chaotic couple weeks. I have a pretty good amount of, it didn't feel like I had a lot of stitching at the time, but as I packed up everything, it looks like I've got a pretty good amount. So I have a pretty good amount of stitching. A little bit of life update. About 2 weeks ago, not quite, my super great friend and former co-host Devin got married, and it was beautiful, absolutely lovely. The whole thing she put together. She did her wedding kind of theme was sewing and handcrafted. She did sign our quilt. She handmade her centerpieces, which I need to get up. She gave me one. It's a little hoop. It's gonna go right there on my thing. She did all of it herself. She didn't let anybody help, and it was absolutely beautiful. It was gorgeous. So we did that. And that was the first, I thought it was my first real a wedding as an adult, and that's not true. But it's the first one I was directly involved in. I was a bridesmaid, and I was helping decorate and run around and do all this stuff and then prep on the day and then do the ceremony. That is a thing. It is a lot. It is so exhausting. So between all that, I didn't feel like I got a lot of stitching done, but I'm actually surprised at what I did get accomplished. So then I recorded last Sunday, thought everything went well. I usually record on Sundays and then try and get out on a Wednesday, on the next Wednesday. And there was something was going on in our house apparently. It was making some unholy noise. And I'm not an editor by any means. I put the videos together and that is barely done. And I could not figure out how to get rid of it. So here I am again. I'm gonna try and get it out in one day, which is fun. But because of that, I have a little more stitching than I had on Sunday, which is great. I'll have a little less next time, but we good. So I have for stitching today, I have 1 plus fully finished object. I have 1 finish. I have a new start and 1, 2, 3, 4 whips. That's not bad. That's not bad for a crazy, very busy, very chaotic couple weeks. So I am doing good, I figured. Now sometime in July, I'm dog sitting the Great Dane again, Dash. And that is always hard to make. And it's a week. And that is always hard to make progress because you can't really have your projects out because he will drool on them. But he's a good boy in other aspects. Just very, very needy and drooly. So let's get in. I'll start with fully finished objects. So I'm gonna reach over here. See if I can remember not to just constantly be looking at my crap over there. I'm trying to be a better podcaster. I don't know if I'm pulling it off, but. So this is Please Don't Summon Demons by Happy Little Mouse. And if you follow me on Instagram, you might have already seen it. But I love this sucker so much. So my sister painted up the frame, which ended up gorgeous. This is just a frame I found at Goodwill years ago. It's been in my stash. And got it all finished. And then after I got it all stretched and all it's glued to the board, which I don't glue all the time, but the oval was just, this oval is worse than a circle. It was really hard to get on there. So I had to glue it. And then I realized I had forgotten to sign it. And I'm trying to sign all my 2023 projects. And I asked the person this is a gift to if that was okay. And so I had to try and figure out how to sign it on the board that it was strapped tight to. It took me, I think, a half an hour to put those teeny tiny little stitches in. I'm trying not to get my camera. Those teeny tiny little stitches. So yeah, that's a little better. You can see my cup a little bit. But it turned out perfect. So I love this, and I hope I'm going to gift it to Anjali this weekend, and I hope she loves it as well. And yeah, turned out perfect. The colors pop. It looks lovely. So if you saw last episode, when I was done stitching this, my sister like fell in love with this little dude here. She's like, oh my gosh, that little demon guy. I need one of those little demon guys. And so I just picked up, he's like less than 500 stitches. He might be 500 stitches. So I just picked up a piece of scrap fabric and stitched her one. Just a little demon guy. Just a little guy. And this is in a frame I got at a thrift store. Perfect fit. Turned out, I was going to spray paint it black and glossy, kind of like this one. But she was like, no, I like the silver. So I think he looks great. I'm trying not to get so much reflection of my messy room. But yeah, he turned out perfect. So that's my plus. So 1+, because this isn't really a finish. I just did a little doodad, but he turned out so cute. So those are done. I hope everybody that therefore really likes them. So then I had a major finish. And I'm trying to think here. This is 2 gift stitches off my thing. So this is now complete. Let me get it out here. This is Schoolhouse Sampler by StoneyCreek, which I thought was out of print, but they do have it up on their website. You can buy the old leaflet. And yeah, I had a person comment on the last episode that I sold them on this. Angie commented, you sold me on the sampler. I went and bought it. I was like, one, I was like, oh, that's still available. But 2, I was like, I sold you on this? I am a terrible salesperson. Angie, you are very easy to sell to, because I was complaining about this. But it is an absolutely beautiful piece. I did a color conversion just to make the letters and the books more bold. They looked really washed out in a very like 90s fashion, and I liked it more bold. But yeah, this is now completely done. The only thing left to do on it is in the schoolhouse little sign. I'm going to take this down to my cousin, who it's a gift for, and ask her what she would like put on the sign. I think in the pattern it just says like school established, I think 1992, when the pattern was created. But I'm going to ask her, does she want it to say a specific year that's like meaningful to her? Does she want to say like her last name? Like what would she like there? So, and then it will be absolutely 100. That's going to take 2 seconds. So that is, I'm calling it done. I'm calling it done. I even remembered somewhere around here to sign it before it was on there. So there's my little LH23. And just like I try and do it in an innocuous color and place. And yeah, it's done. It's done. I'm so happy to have it done. I'm so happy to have it done. This took over a year. It definitely shouldn't have. It's not that big a piece. It's not that complex. There's a lot of back stitching. I mean, there's a lot of back stitching. It did take time. I'm glad I didn't leave the back stitching all to the end. I did it kind of as I went once I realized how bad it was going to be. And yeah, super cute. Super glad to have it. I hope I was going to hold it and like give it to her at our family's 4th of July get together. And I thought that might be a little weird. That might be a little like attention she doesn't necessarily want. So I'm just going to take it down to her. And I hope she loves it. Yeah. So that is done. Those are my 2 finishes. Super great to have those off my plate. The schoolhouse has been one I've been really focusing on and trying to get done. And so what I have pulled out of my old whips to replace Schoolhouse, because Schoolhouse was part of a group of whips that were just dragging me down. So now that Schoolhouse is done, I'm replacing it with another older whip that if you're new here, you haven't seen before. for a while I was showing it all the time, but if you're new here, hey, look, new stuff. This is, I should put, I don't know. This is CryptoNaturalist Sampler by Screaming Heart Designs. It is one of my favorites. I absolutely love this sucker. It was just getting buried in other stuff, so I'm glad to have it out again. And this is where I was last time. So I'm going to make this my focus piece for the rest of June, which is just about over now. Because I want to work on a full coverage piece that's been sitting for a while. I don't want to like lose my progress. I want to keep some amount of progress on that. But this will be the piece till the end of June. So I feel like I made progress on it. And there's where I am now. So I'm trying to remember. I think I only had this done, this little triangle. So all this is new. This over here is new, this skull, and I filled in this skull and kind of like started working down here. Not bad progress. Not bad at all. I am, the frame has actually really helped me make progress, because before I was like trying to tackle like all of one side and doing star skull, and these are thick, they take a minute to do, was getting really like boring and overwhelming. So the fact that I have to work right here, so whatever's in this, I have to kind of like skip between, and then I can roll it up and do a little more. It kind of prevents that burnout a little bit. So yeah, I'm super happy to have this one back out. This I want for my office. It's so perfect for my work and my office. So yeah, super happy with that. Loving the colors too. Oh, I'm stitching this one on, since it hasn't been out in a while, stitching this one on 28 count Crystal Highland from Picture This Plus. I think it's linen. And yeah, I'm just in love. In love. So yeah, making good progress on this one. I'm going to make a little more progress before month end. Today is the 28th. Yeah. So a little more progress before month end. So yeah. Oh, what else do I have for whips? Let's do this one. So keeping in the theme of skulls, this is Till Death by the Lonely Seaman. And this is where it was. I'm also stitching this as a gift to a cousin who's getting married in September. So I think I'm making good progress on it. Here's where I am today. I've put some really good progress on it since Sunday. Let me pull it up a little higher. Oh gosh. Yeah. Doing really good progress. So I got his head and face completely done. Got her, there's this point here where their shoulders kind of like bump that I didn't have, so I needed to finish her arm. So I finished that up, filled that all in, got his ribs started. Yeah, I'm loving this piece. I am loving it on this fabric. This is 28 count unknown cashel linen, I think, but it's so pretty. And that green on it, I am just loving it. I am loving this piece. So, I think I'm over 50% now. Yeah, I think I'm at like 56% on this. Loving it. If she doesn't love it, I mean, I feel like she'll love it. I picked it because I thought she'd love it. But if she doesn't, I'm just going to keep it because I love it. I don't need anything that says till death, but you know, I enjoy it. Putting everything away is like just a process. It's a process. I feel like in my last episode, in the episode I recorded, I rambled so much, which I don't really care about. You guys get to just hear about the most random shit. And this time, like, I guess because I'm calmer, like I've been put through part of the work week, just I'm not as rambly. I don't know. People that podcast regularly, I have so many questions about like the process. I don't feel like I have a good process. I just show up here. And you guys show up with me, so I guess that's something, right? I don't know. All right. Next whip. This is Make Today Magical by Tiny Modernist. This is a year-long sal that she is doing. So you get 2 months per section. So really nice amount of time. This is parts 1 through 3, I think is all that's out. The next part doesn't release till August. Yeah. Phew. I was like, oh my gosh, am I this far behind? But no, I'm not. And this is where I was. I just have one little mushroom down there. And this one I've also put some, I didn't have much to show on it on Sunday, and I've put some time into it. So here's where I'm at. Pull it up there. Look, a hand! So I've pretty much, I've pretty much finished off the mushrooms. There's a little bit of outline on the little one. But I've started filling in those hands. It's a lot of white. It's a lot of fill. It feels like I'm back up here in this moon that was like 1,000,000 miles long. So yeah. So there is just the other hand, and then there are 2 like laurel wreath type sprigs just below the hands, like down in here. And then this section will be done. This is a pretty small section, but a lot of fill, a lot of just like typewriter stitching, back and forth, or like dot matrix printer. If any, I feel like, I don't know if I have a younger audience. I don't know. I don't have enough people to get like the YouTube statistics that they keep telling me they're going to give me. I don't really care. But dot matrix printers, when I was like, and you'd get a poster at the end. Oh yeah. So yeah. Looking super good. Loving the colors. I am just loving the shadows on those mushrooms. I am loving the fade of the blues. Like, gorgeous. I'm loving it on this purple fabric that I chose. This is 18 count. I think it's Hydrangea by Picture This Plus. I got from Stashtopia. And yeah, super loving that. Folds. So this is coming along pretty quickly. I don't have a percentage because of course then I'll add another piece and then I'll get, my percentage will drop instantly. But such is life. So that one's coming along. That's probably one of my favorite stitches. It's so colorful. It's so pretty and happy to stitch on. Okay. Is this the last whip? This is the last whip. So this is Greenhouse of Oddities by Lola Crow. It is an ongoing mystery sal. And so these are just the parts that's out. I think it's up to the 5th or 6th planting now. I don't know. I'm not there. I am behind on this one. But I wasn't trying to keep up with this one. And this is where I was last time. So I just got like part of the dome started. And here's where I am today. Look at that. There's a dome and some crows and a little bit of a plant. So talk about like they add a part and my percentage immediately drops. Yeah, this one's a pain in the butt. But look how good that looks. Look at those crows. Those crows are magnificent. So I started, originally I was going to do the dome and then I was going to do all the like detailing in it. So you can see I like started some shadows and some highlights. And then it became pretty clear that there's stuff going to be going on in there. Like there are going to be plants or critters or things in there. And I was like, I'm just going to wait to see what's up there before I start stitching because I didn't want to, this fabric I don't think would have too much of a problem like having threads lead or cut, you know. I just want to know what's going to be there before I start putting stuff in. So I decided to instead work down this side. I think I'm going to stick to working on the central piece of the greenhouse instead of the wings. So kind of worked my way down here and started on, God damn, I can't. started working on some plants, some dirt. I was like, I'm stitching dirt. And Sarah's like, what are you doing? And then she came over and realized what I was working on. So there is a woman and some other plants have come since I started that. So I'm going to stick to working more towards the interior and getting that kind of stuff done. And that seems to be where she's releasing stuff, so I won't feel like I am stitching into unknown territory. I like kind of seeing what's coming instead of just, I don't trust the process. I'm not a trust the process girly. Like, no. I want to see what you're doing to me. That sounds a little like they're doing something horrible. Keeping things from me. But yeah, so this is coming along really nice. It is a really nice stitch. It just goes, it's just like very clear and easy. Not a lot of, so far, not a lot of, sorry, I have good dust touching me. Not a lot of confetti stitch. It's just very, very nice to stitch on. Which way do I fold this? This way. So I am I gonna get more of this done this week? Maybe. I try to plan out my weeks a little bit. So like this week I'm working on this guy and Make Today Magical, which I've already shown you my progress for this week. And the Till Death are like my 3 projects this week. And then next week it'll be the CryptoNaturalist sampler. Maybe this, or maybe I Want to Believe, and my new start. So let's talk about my new start. So started this. Once I finished up Please Don't Summon Demons and the little guy, I felt like I wanted, I've been taking my cross stitching to work pretty regularly. I don't always get to work on it. I try and work on it at lunch, but sometimes you're also eating your lunch while working, which sucks. Or if I have meetings, virtual meetings, that kind of thing where like I don't have my camera on, I'll stitch a little there. And I was like looking for something to take to work because some of my projects, like the sampler would be kind of good to take to work, but the frame is too cumbersome to take around. So I was just looking for like small things to do while I was at work. And so I asked my sister, I was like, here's all the smalls I have like currently readily available. Like I already have them. I already like all these patterns. Which one do you want? Which one do you think would be fun? And after just stitching a demon guy for her, she picked another one for her. I don't know what I was expecting. But this is Lost by the Retro Stitcher. It is a freebie on their website. And I love this sucker. I saw someone post a finish of it on Reddit. And was like instantly like, ooh, that's something interesting and different. And the thing that's really cool about it is that it uses the colors that are in a old tube TV. So like the colors of the pixels that they would use to make an image. So it's literally like a printer. Like instead of using the color it wants you to see, it's using the combination of those pixelated colors. And because of that, it looks glitchy and like it's slightly moving. It looks really cool. And I love that concept. And so I got a little start. And don't look at the dog hair on this cat hair. It's cat hair. It might be dog hair. I was dog sitting on this black fabric. But there we go. There's my little start. Ooh, that's hard to see with... Can I put something? Can I put something behind it? Oh, that helps a little bit. There we go. Put that behind it. So there's my little start. As you can see, every color I'm adding gets more of that like glitchy effect. Like up here, it's not really doing it much, but down here, it's starting to look really cool. So yeah, it is coming along. It's a very small, I think I'm like 40% done already. Like it's not bad at all. But yeah, it's coming along. It's super cute. And it's super fun to work on at work. The colors are super bright and fun. Like, they look like a freaking preschool, like, wall color. But it's because it's like all the visible colors in a pixel. How neat is that? So yeah, I love this. I don't know if I'll have it done next time, just because work is like sporadic when I get to work on things, but I am really happy with that, and I'm loving that as a new start. And I think I have a frame for it already. I think I have a frame that would fit really nicely. Is that everything? I feel like that went really fast. I felt like I had a lot though. Not bad. I don't have anything. I think I am going to start. I've done unboxings on this channel, like going through mystery boxes especially, which I love to do. So I'll be getting more of those in the future. But I think I'll make those a separate video. I might do like a Flosstube extra or something where I unpack and look through a mystery box, or, you know, some little bit of, if I have just like a little bit of haul, like a new pattern or a new needle minder. I have recently found a couple patterns on Pinterest that I cannot trace back. Like, I'm trying to figure out where they came from, but you know Pinterest. So I might pull one of those out for another small sometime. And if that's the case, like, you know, I'll just show you guys and try and link to it if you're interested. Or if I get like a needle minder or something cute like that. But yeah. Other than that, I don't have anything else. So I hope you all are enjoying summer. I hope if you are in the US, I hope you have a great 4th of July weekend this coming weekend. 4th of July is on a Tuesday this year. It's stupid. Just move it. Just move it. It's dumb. I hope you are staying safe. Stay out of the sun. Stay hydrated. Like, it's been hot lately. So be really careful, and yeah, stay safe, stay sane. See ya.